"Watson, old chap," said Sherlock Holmes as the mummy of a 4,000-year-old pharaoh came shuffling towards us in the archaic room at the British Museum. "I am prepared to concede, in this one instance, that a belief in the resurrection of the dead may not be wholly unfounded." The mummy lurched across the darkened chamber with its arms outstretched. Loose ends of cerecloth dangled from wrist and elbow, twitching as it moved. Its feet dragged over the floorboards with a horrid, dry swishing sound reminiscent of old twigs and parchment. Its face had the very barest of features, shallow indentations for the eyes and mouth lurking beneath the brittle-looking bandages which lent it a rudimentary skull-like cast. "I only said may, however," Holmes added. "That which appears to be perturbingly uncommon could, in the event, be quite commonplace. My friend Sangfreud, when presented with this all-too-tangible manifestation of the supernatural, was impressive. I myself was in a state of some shock. I was rooted to the spot. A chill was going down my spine. The hairs on the back of my neck were standing up. I was experiencing all the clichés of terror, which at that moment felt freshly minted, in no way banal or tired, just all too appallingly true. We found ourselves at the museum at an hour when all right-minded folk should be tucked up in bed, owing to a visit by the Egyptologist Mr. John Van Sittart Smith, F.R.S., who had called on us in our rooms at 221B Baker Street the previous afternoon. At the request of this man, one of the pre-eminent practitioners in his field, Holmes had agreed to investigate a series of bizarre occurrences which had accompanied the Wallace Rubinstein Antiquities collection on its year-long tour of Europe. It had been alleged that the collection, which comprised several dozen priceless artifacts from around the globe, was in a very specific manner haunted. Night watchmen at several of the venues where it halted on its peregrinations had reported hearing strange sounds emanating from the chamber in which it was exhibited. Some had even come face to face with an ambulatory creature that matched the description of the mummy of Pharaoh Jedor, a 30th dynasty monarch who had reigned during the 4th century B.C. and had fled in fright from this apparition. Jedor's preserved remains were the centerpiece of the collection, in no small part thanks to the large ornately carved and painted sarcophagus that held them, a thing of considerable craftsmanship and beauty.